Table. Mr President.
Dr John Kaye.
Mr President, I give notice that on next day of sitting I will move 1, that this House notes that A, on Tuesday 4 November 2014, the Melbourne Cup race will be held at Flemington Racecourse in Victoria, and B, the Melbourne Cup is widely recognised as a day of celebration earmarked by the social gatherings, workplace events and participation in minor and largely harmless forms of wagering. 2. This House recognises that A, only 30% of the 18,000 thoroughbred foals born in Australia each year will end up racing. B, significant numbers of failed and injured racehorses are sent to knackeries to be slaughtered primarily for pet food. C, a 2012 expose of the Victorian knackery showed horses being beaten, shot in front of one another, dragged across the gravel and having their throats cut and tails cut while still conscious. D, from the period 1 August 2013 to 31 July 2014, approximately 125 horses were killed on racetracks across Australia, with the New South Wales recording the highest number of deaths at 41, the most common cause being catastrophic limb injury. E, many horses in the racing industry suffer from serious health problems due to their diet and training regimes, including gastric ulcers, musculoskeletal injuries and bleeding in the upper lungs and windpipe. F, whipping of thoroughbred horses, racehorses, including instances that breach the industry's own animal welfare rules, remain widespread despite a University of Sydney study demonstrating horses run faster when they are not being whipped. And G, wagering on horse racing in New South Wales contributes to instances of problem gambling and associated social harm, with higher participation rates among young people. 3, that this House congratulates A, the Victorian organisation Coalition for the Protection of Racehorses for their ongoing effort to expose the high wastage rates and poor treatment of many horses in the racing industry, and B, organisations and individuals involved in the rescue, rehabilitation and retirement of ex-racehorses. 4, that this House calls on the Honourable Troy Grant MP, Minister for Hospitality, Gaming and Racing, to A, investigate the thoroughbred racing industry to determine and resolve 1, the systematic overbreeding and wastage rates, 2, the failure of the industry to institute meaningful programs to rehabilitate and rehome horses that are no longer wanted for racing, and B, establish an independent review of Racing New South Wales with regards to 1, its effectiveness in setting, monitoring and enforcing animal welfare standards, and 2, the potential conflict of interest that arises because one body both regulates and promotes thoroughbred horse racing in New South Wales.